from Oaxaca, Mexico. I just got here last night and I'm going to walk and get some coffee. I'm traveling with my husband and two friends and I'm always the first up, but it was dark last night when we got in and they told me there's a coffee and pastry spot. So I'm going to take you guys along with me and we're going to vlog about my entire time in Oaxaca City before we head to the beach. Oaxaca City has been on my bucket list for a long time now. I have traveled around Mexico and it was nice to get outside of the westernized Mexico that I've been familiar with and into the culturally rich region of Oaxaca. We started in Oaxaca City where we spent 4 days exploring the city by foot. We explored the Halicuato neighborhood where I loved the street art the most. While we were here, we visited the Mercado 20 de Noviembre, which is full of delicious food and artisan goods. My husband and I love the iconic meat hall the most, where you get to have delicious meats and toppings. If you're vegan or sensitive to smoke, this part isn't for you. But you walk in and you get to select the types of meat you want, and my husband was blown away by the chorizo. I loved the carne the most. They don't have any chicken here, so that is something to note, but I do recommend stopping by and experiencing it. While we were here, we took 3 half-day trips. One of my favorite places that we visited was the widest tree in Mexico, the second widest in the world, the El Tule tree in the small town of Santa Maria. It was perfect to make the trip, see the tree, the beautiful Santa Maria church, and the gardens that were around it. Luckily for us, it was springtime, so the botanical gardens were in full bloom. While we were here, we ate lunch at the local mercado, and I will say, I did just get to try a traditional tayuda, and it wasn't my favorite thing. I guess you could say the Oaxacan cheese is just a little too thick for me. From Oaxaca. Today is an exciting day. We are taking an excursion into the mountains for an hour and a half, and we are going to hike to a petrified waterfall. It's about a 2-mile loop, and up at the top there are mineral pools we get to soak in. I'm super excited to leave the city today and get into the mountains, so let's see where it takes us. time to find some local El Pastor. Although not famous in this region, we definitely did find some really good El Pastor, and we also had tortas, which were some of my favorite from the trip. As you can see here, it just doesn't get any better than this. Our next excursion was the ruins of Monte Alban, where we did hire a local guide, and I'm so glad that we did.
The archaeological site, it's been since the age when these ancient groups abandoned it. This is another picture, okay? On tangible way, that's the evidence on how this ancient city it's been. The archaeologists left the area on purpose for the tourists to begin evaluating what we all been doing. Days later and then 65 again. See, it's the area where they used to read the positions of the sun, and through this they get to make their proper calendar made up of 260 days.
When we returned from the ruins, we head to Merito and Mogul for brunch, and it was one of my favorite places that we got to eat on the trip. One thing that I love about Oaxaca is how walkable it is. You can find a place to sit and have a mezcal cocktail, some snacks, or just find a public park to sit and observe and watch the people. We walked over 8 miles a day, so that is something to keep in mind when you're visiting, is to have really good walking shoes when you're here. Los Amantes was my favorite place for cocktails and a delicious dinner because the views of Santo Domingo and the entire town was basically a 360 from the top. I truly loved this restaurant, and it is on the pricier side. Next, we took a bus to this beach town of Mazunte. This is a slow, hippie beach town, so if you're looking for a party vibe, this is not for you. I kind of logged off this part of the trip, but it was the best way to unwind after being in the city. The seafood and the food was delicious, and it was a lot warmer than the city, so do keep that in mind, but be sure to add the beach onto your Oaxaca itinerary whenever you do plan your trip.